everyone, Tim with Collect Jurassic, back with another news update talking about Mattel's Dino Escape toy line that's coming at us this year in 2021. No figures have hit quite yet, but they'll be hitting in the next few months, and one of the most anticipated releases, at least for me anyway, is their new T-Rex figure. I think it's a Stomp and Escape, at least that's what it's called here. So that's the figure we're going to be looking at today as part of Mattel's Dino Escape lineup. We have a lot of new pictures to show, so let's go ahead and jump right in. I've talked about this figure at least on the website and social media before. I don't know if we've done a video, a proper video anyway, on YouTube here, but let's go ahead and talk about this incredible looking figure and the packaging and the kind of accessories and action features. Everything going on here is just really cool, and right out the gate you can see that what makes this T-Rex so special compared to previous Mattel releases is that capture gear on the head, which is really, really cool because I think that's something that a lot of us have been wanting since Mattel even got the Jurassic World license. So finally starting to see that happening here in the 2021 toys. Of course, the Rex is a great place to start off with, but the Rex figure itself underneath that mask is beautiful. It seems like we get a new T-Rex every year, right, from Mattel. We have the ones that came out, the Thrash and Throw, the Extreme Chompin', then we got Bite and Fight, and then we got the Epic Roaring T-Rex last year. And really, they're all sort of an improvement on the T-Rex that came before them. So no surprise that 2021's T-Rex looks even better than before. I love the coloration on this one. We'll get into the detail a little bit further on in the video, but just the way that the yellow eye pops off the darker head kind of has me sold alone, and really the paint just looks really natural, really blended together really well, and it just looks like a superior version of the figures we've gotten so far, which is all you can ask for when you're tasked with buying one of these every year when Mattel comes out with one. At least you can feel like you're buying a better figure than the one you had before. Now, this is another view of it on that capture gear. You can see how it kind of fits on its head and sort of is braced on its neck. Kind of cool. It looks like they sort of have a metal finish on that as well. They kind of give it that metallic feel, but you can already see some of the seams in the figure. There's like a seam on the hip that is tied to an action feature. The arms look articulated, all that good stuff. But the figure also has a lot of other articulation tied to action features. There's the tail moves the main torso. The legs, of course, move, but it looks like we have some sort of knee articulation as well. This could be tied to an action feature, but the figure definitely is able to lift up its feet and stomp down, hence the name Stomp and Escape. So I don't know if that's something you can kind of articulate yourself or if it's directly tied to an action feature. We'll just kind of have to see how that works out, but and you can also see how the neck moves up and down for the capture gear as well. I assume a lot of that is tied to the tail mechanism, sort of like Primal Attack. Moving the tail kind of moves the rest of the body, but what's really cool about you moving that is that the whole figure kind of pops off that capture gear. It looks like in this case the button activates the T-Rex's jaws and it opens up the mouth and sort of makes everything fly away, which is kind of cool. But the capture gear looks like it comes apart in about 3 different pieces. Reminds me a lot of the Kenner Lost World capture gear. It was sort of set up the same way, where it was a lot of different pieces. So then when it broke, it looked kind of more dramatic. So I think Mattel's emulating that perfectly here. It looks like the button also moves the arms maybe, but I'm not sure. Sometimes these press images sort of take some liberties. I'm guessing it just opens the mouth and causes the capture gear to fly off. But then again, moving that tail also looks like it moves the head and may even move the feet. It's kind of hard to tell with the button on the back of the Rex and the tail making some movement. I'm not really sure what controls the legs and the feet. Again, it looks like the arms are moving here too. So I don't really know. It's kind of hard to tell from these photos exactly how that leg mechanism works, but I'm really hoping it's articulated because that would just be cool if we could kind of pose the legs up and down. There's also a roar associated with this. The figure is obviously electronic, so I'm sure there's some roaring and stomping and crunching and growling and all that good stuff we expect from a T-Rex. But let's look at the packaging, because I think there's a few more clues as to kind of how this figure works. On the packaging, you can see that it's the Jurassic World Dino Escape subline for this year, and then the box itself says Stomp and Escape Tyrannosaurus Rex. Netflix call out, of course, all the Camp Cretaceous packaging has that, but you can see on the back behind the figure, those legs and how they pick up, and it does look like it's tied to the tail, maybe moving the tail, maybe rotating it causes one leg to rise, and the rotating it the other way causes the other leg to rise. That's my best guess. And then the button kind of activates the jaws and makes the T-Rex roar. That's my best guess. But you can see in this box shot, they actually have the capture gear on the T-Rex in the packaging, which I'm curious to see if that is how the final figure will look, because you think people would really want to see this beautiful figure, and it is a beautiful figure. Here's a detail shot of the head, and again, you can just see how awesome these colors look, how great that eye looks against that darker paint. You got the scars on there, of course, of the Mattel or the Fallen Kingdom, post Jurassic World Indominus scuffle. That's where it got its scars, and all the Mattel Rex figures sort of have those scars there. But detail-wise, this thing just looks great, and the paint just makes it even better. This picture alone totally sells this T-Rex for me, let alone the capture gear and sort of that stomping action it has with its feet. Just really, really exciting to get such a detailed, beautiful-looking toy version of the T-Rex. This thing is just the complete package. It's got the capture gear, the action features, and a really, really nice likeness. I'm guessing this thing will retail for around $29.99, maybe $39.99, but it won't be too expensive. We know how they price these toys. They're just affordable enough. But yeah, this thing just looks awesome. I can't wait to get it. They always find a way to justify us buying another T-Rex figure. And the Stomp and Escape T-Rex looks like it's going to earn it this year. And I'm really hoping that we see more dinosaur figures from Mattel with this capture gear, because it is just so slick. And hopefully it's a sign of things to come, like human figures and vehicles and all that stuff that we sort of miss from the Mattel Jurassic World line in the past couple of years, where they really focused on dinosaurs. But that will all be coming as part of Dino Escape. We know that there's at least a couple more figures that have capture gear, and hopefully some humans appear in these dinosaur and human 2-packs we talked about a while ago on the channel, but we'll just have to wait and see. But that is all I got for today. Again, I'm Tim with Collect Jurassic, and thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.